So, Mikey, Oulton Park, round 5 of the championship. Here we are, one last push before the summer break. How are we feeling?
I know, I mean, season's gone in a flash, hasn't it? I've always loved Oulton Park as a circuit. I'd never say I've had the best results here, but hopefully that will change this weekend. But we did okay here last year. I think the cars always feel fantastic around here and the racing's always super tight. So yeah, we'll give it a crack. What about yourself?
Yeah, kind of been the story of the year so far, I would say. We always seem to be on the same few tenths on the track as each other, and we've been pushing each other around, and like we did at race 3 the whole way at Thruxton. It's been good. I feel good for the weekend. Car should be strong. Obviously everywhere we've gone this year, same as you probably, you've improved a lot on last year with the difference a year's experience makes and knowledge, confidence. And last year I was looking at all the footage from here, and you and I kind of were always winning a couple of places of each other again. So I expect no different. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I think for me, like coming into Thruxton, it was a track where everyone was constantly in my face telling me, oh, you should do really well here because your car's quick at Thruxton. Almost as if it's not any good anywhere else. But they were kind of like, yeah, this is your meeting, and that's the only Jack Sears trophy I haven't won this year is at Thruxton.
Yeah, all right, don't rub it in.
I know, yeah, well, I had to let someone else get one. So yeah, I think coming out of Thruxton really, we was hoping that we'd extend the points lead even more, but unfortunately for us it went the other way. But I'd imagine coming into a track where, like you say, last year we were pretty similar, it should be pretty close.
Yeah, definitely pretty close. I think giving you a head start, I'm always a better chaser than I am leader.
Was the plan, was it?
So yeah, 3 Jack Sears pots in a row I think you've had. It's all right, that'll be your last. So coming into the weekend, I'll get my next one, that'll be fine. But no, jokes aside, obviously this year's been probably tougher than ever with rule changes, additional hybrid. Obviously again this weekend we're using the soft and the hard tyre on Sunday, and yeah.
I mean, the hybrid's definitely been working. I mean, we've had a few upset winners so far this year, you know, and it's definitely done its job. So,
where's your cue card that you're reading off? Yeah, it's definitely shaped things up a bit, and it shows that we're always really close to each other, all of us. You know, like last year I was only 6/10 off of P2 around here in quali, and I found myself 19th. Obviously, a more compact grid with even probably tighter margins with the best drivers in the country. I think it's going to be just as close, if not closer.
I actually think the smaller grid is going to help for potentially me or you in the championship, because you've got less drivers to be focused on really in the championship, and it gives us a better chance to kind of have our moment. Like obviously for you, having that mega win at Brands Hatch, and yeah, getting that reverse grid pole and everything, and hopefully I might have a moment like that at some point this season. But you know, being one of 20 drivers on the grid, it feels pretty special, doesn't it? Like quite exclusive that you're in that club of drivers. You know, there's hundreds upon thousands of drivers in the country that love to be in British touring cars. So to be in it and fighting for a championship is not to like.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree, and I love being part of the Jack Sears still. Obviously, I won't be part of that next year, having had the win, being on the podium. But it's really good. You know, I want to be in the touring cars for a long time and be a champion one day. So having a championship to focus on within a championship, actually pretty kind of, I would say it shapes you quite well. For me as a young driver, I know that you're an old boy compared to me, but
right, don't rub it in.
as a young driver, it gives you something to focus on and almost plan for. Whereas there's obviously guys out there that might never win a championship. They're here every weekend. You think, what are they focusing on? Whereas you and I have still got something to focus on, if that makes sense, and try and achieve and maximise the points for the Jack Sears, as opposed to just knocking on the door of a top 10, for example.
So no more Mr. Nice Guy then. Obviously you're 40 points behind me. What's your tack to try and close that gap for the rest of the season? I've
had my fair share of bad luck at the start of the year, that's for sure. You know, like when we spoke to each other at Snetterton, you kind of said, you know, that I've been quicker than you. That's what hurts the most. Yeah, I would say.
Well, you have, but to finish first you've got to finish. So
exactly, mate. Tortoise in the hair, right?
Whether that's in whether that's in the car or whether it's keeping it out the barriers, you know, you've got to bring it back on the track in one piece, and at the end of the season, you know, that's generally what's going to win you the championship. But I keep telling people, they're like, oh, you've got a bit of a lead in the Jack Sears, but if I've gained that lead over 3 rounds, I can certainly lose it over 6 rounds, you know, so it could all fall on its head for me within a couple of rounds, but you just don't know what's around the corner, and that's what makes touring cars so exciting.
Yeah, exactly. It gives that added element, dynamic for the fans to focus on. Obviously, you've got a growing fan base like me, and yeah, gloves are off. It's more of a two-horse race now, I would say. It's hard to always put a car between either me or you, because obviously if I finish first and you're second, vice versa, the points gap isn't huge. But yeah, you've still got to finish at the end of the day. And yeah, we've got six weekends to go.
Yeah, so the weather's looking great this weekend. I'm sure we're going to have a big crowd as always, as we do here at Oulton Park. I think with the new tyre rules this year, with the top 10 having to run the hards in race 2, I think it's going to give us a great opportunity to have some results. So yeah, you looking forward to the weekend?
Yeah, definitely. What race are you going to run the hard on?
I'll tell you once I've run it.
Good plan. Yeah, it's going to be really good. Close fight as always, and yeah, thanks everyone for the support. Hopefully we'll put on a good show. I'm sure we'll go right down till race 30 for the Jack Sears battle, and yeah, good luck.
I'd like it to be done a little bit sooner than that, but yeah.
It won't be.
Anyway, best of luck for the weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Join the Kwik BTCC Members Club group on Facebook for exclusive content, updates and prizes throughout the 2024 season.